In the previous episode, we solved cutting holes through walls for doors and windows in Pascal, our browser-based 3D home editor that we are building from the ground up. This week, we hit another fundamental challenge. Adding walls is straightforward, right? You put a box from point A to point B, and you have a wall. Then, if we add another perpendicular one, and we have an issue on the junction. Add an extra diagonal and we have three beautifully overlapping walls. In real construction, walls meter together perfectly. Different thicknesses, any angle, they just work. Let me show you how to solve this problem. Let's start by diving into the problem we face. We have two walls here. As they are separate, it doesn't cause any issue. But let's say they meet at one point. So here on the grid, they would end up with this position. What do we have? The issue here is they should meet at this point to not have this weird gap here. But that's not the only problem, because you can see here, they are conflicting because they are the exact same height. You can see it's blinking because they don't know which wall should be on top. But it shouldn't be an issue because both of them should stop here and not overlap and do some proper wall metering. This is one of the issues, but we also want to handle diagonals. If I change the position Z, now they are overlapping here, which is also an issue. But what if we rotate it on the y-axis? Instead of being 90 degrees, let's do 45 degrees. Let's ignore the fact that we are not using our grid system. We just want to place the two walls. So we need to join somewhere on the grid. Let's say 0.8. Here we have the same issue. The first edge of the wall should stop where they meet. And same for this one, they should meet on the wall to be perfectly aligned. At first, I thought it was an easy problem to fix. But by doing some research, I've seen that many people have faced it, and there is not one unique solution that works for all cases. Some are doing very complex things to achieve it. And of course, there's no ready-to-use library to do it. You can see often for this scenario, people are using the Sims as a reference. You can see here the overlapping I was mentioning earlier. Some people overcame it a nice way, but they didn't provide the solution out of the box, even if they give good indications on how they achieved it. Instead of trying to directly implement it in the code, we first did some research to find the right approach to it. So here is what we ended up with. It's not me who found the solution, so the credits go to Emric, the co-founder of Pascal. The idea is as follows. First, we need to calculate where we have a junction between different walls, and based on their thickness and their length, we can calculate where the edge has to go further to join with the other wall or to stop before to join with the other wall. The idea, if I go with another example, is not to use a simple rectangle, but to split the edges in two to be able to push this point here forward while keeping this point and push the other edge at the desired position. Here is another example with three walls where you can see it better. You have this vertex here, if we stick to 2D for now, it needs to be pushed backwards. The junction doesn't move, and this one will be pushed backwards too. And by doing those operations, we will have a nice metering. As the math behind can be a bit complex, we didn't try to directly solve it in Three.js. Instead, we used V0 to build a prototype using SVGs. It helped us to quickly validate our theory and how to address the issue. So here we have with two wall angles, I can adjust it and you can see the metering is always perfect. I can click and add other ones. Here nothing happened, and if they join, here you can see the metering is very good, resulting in the three triangles that we discussed earlier. We have different examples, 3 walls with a T-junction, 4 walls, 5 walls. It's handling everything perfectly. Our approach in Three.js to achieve it is exactly the same. So what we do is first, we solve the problem in 2D. So we go on the grid, we create our wall, let's say on the x-axis, and we create our shape. But remember, we have to add an extra cut to be able to move this point without impacting the middle and without impacting the other one. This way we can do the metering with other walls. Once we have done the calculation, what we do is we simply take our face, our geometry, and extrude it on the z-axis. So here we extrude it, and then it will generate our wall. Let's try it inside our project. We add a wall, and when it will meet another wall, you can see that the metering is done automatically here. If we add another one, if it's in diagonal, you can see even in the preview, the metering is done for all the different walls, resulting in clean wall metering. We plan to open source the code soon, so it might be or it might not be in the video description when the video is released. But here the code is not the most difficult part because you can use AI to assist you. What is important is to come with the right approach, the right logic, and to implement it step by step. As we've been updating the code base a lot recently, we try to put it in a decent form with a better developer experience and the right approach. Thank you for watching. Want to build production 3D apps like this? My React 3 Fiber course teaches you the exact techniques I use in client work, from performance optimization to complex 3D interactions. Through hands-on projects, you will build real applications and gain the confidence to tackle any 3D challenge. Link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe for more devlogs and tutorials, and check out this video next to continue your 3D journey.